Marcus Chen had been unremarkable by human standards. Average height, average build, a career soldier who followed orders and kept his head down. When Earth joined the Galactic Coalition, he was among the first wave of human troops deployed to the frontier worlds. Diplomatic gestures, they called them, show the galaxy that humanity could contribute to peacekeeping operations. The galaxy, however, had other ideas about what humans were. To the Kretha, the insectoid strategists who commanded most coalition military operations, humans were curiosities. Soft-skinned, slow to mature, lacking in natural weapons or armor, the Kretha had evolved from hive predators. Their exoskeletons could deflect small arms fire. Their compound eyes detected across spectrums humans couldn't imagine. They accepted human troops with the polite condescension of a chess master, accepting a novice's challenge. "Your species thinks too slowly," Commander Zigthar had told Marcus during their first briefing. "Your neural architecture limits combat processing to linear patterns. You will serve in supply roles." Marcus had nodded, said nothing, and watched. The forward base on Helion 7 housed 300 coalition troops, 200 Kretha warriors, 70 Volthene heavy infantry with their crystalline endoskeletons, 28 Scythian scouts who could phase through solid matter, and 2 humans, Marcus and his partner Sarah Rodriguez. When the Ravagers attacked, everything the galaxy thought it knew about humans died in the first 30 seconds. The Ravagers were the Coalition's nightmare, a nomadic species that consumed worlds, leaving nothing but stripped husks. They didn't negotiate, didn't take prisoners, and their biological weapons could adapt to any defense within hours. Helion 7's early warning systems gave them 8 minutes. Commander Zigthar ordered immediate evacuation. Standard protocol: withdraw, regroup, return with superior numbers. The Kretha began their methodical retreat, each movement calculated, optimized, efficient. Marcus didn't retreat. "Chen, Rodriguez, fall back!" Zigthar's mandibles clicked in agitation. "Negative," Marcus replied, his voice eerily calm. "We're staying. That is suicide. Your species' emotional attachment to territory is noted, but tactically irrelevant." "Not territory," Sarah said, checking her ammunition. "Time. Those civvies in Sector 7 need another 12 minutes to reach the evac shuttles." "Acceptable losses?" "No." Marcus's voice cut through the comm like a blade. "Not to us." What happened next would be analyzed in Coalition military academies for the next century. 2 humans held the primary breach point against 400 Ravagers. The Kretha watched from their shuttles in disbelief as Marcus and Sarah moved. Not with the calculated precision of Kretha tactics, not with the methodical efficiency drilled into every Coalition soldier. They moved like chaos itself had learned to dance. Marcus fought like he was already dead, like death was a foregone conclusion, so fear was irrelevant. He improvised weapons from debris, turned his own wounds into tactical advantages, used pain as fuel rather than limitation. When his rifle ran dry, he picked up a Ravager's weapon. When that failed, he used his combat knife. When the knife broke, he used his hands. Sarah moved like water around him, covering angles he couldn't see, trusting him to do the same. Their combat style was a conversation in violence, each movement building on the other's rhythm. They didn't think through each decision. They felt it, intuited it, reacted with a speed that shouldn't have been possible for their neural architecture. "Impossible," Zigthar whispered, watching the feed. "They're processing combat data faster than our battle computers." "Not processing," the Volthene tactical officer rumbled. "They're not thinking at all. They're flowing. It wasn't rational. It wasn't optimized. It was human." When the last civilian shuttle cleared atmosphere, Marcus and Sarah extracted. They were covered in ichor, bleeding from a dozen wounds, and they'd held a position that should have required 50 elite troops. The next day, Commander Zigthar filed a report that would change galactic military doctrine. Subject line: revision required, human combat assessment. The Coalition had made a fundamental error. They'd measured humans by Kretha standards: neural processing speed, reaction time, physical durability. They'd missed what made humans truly dangerous. Humans didn't just fight to win. They fought to protect. And when protecting something, humans didn't calculate odds, they transcended them. Earth was no longer assigned to supply roles. Within a year, human soldiers were requested specifically for high-risk operations, not because they were stronger or faster or smarter than other species, because when everything went wrong, When the plan fell apart and death seemed certain, humans did something the galaxy had never seen. They got creative. They got angry. They got stubborn. Marcus Chen's name spread through Ravager space like a plague. The humans called him a soldier. The Ravagers called him something that translated roughly to the one who doesn't stop. Other species had words too. The Kretha said pattern breaker. The Volthene said chaos weaver. But in the dark reaches of space, where Ravagers gathered and planned their next assault, they whispered the name with something no coalition species had ever evoked from them before. Terror, because the Ravagers had learned what the coalition was still struggling to understand. Humans weren't just another species that could fight. Humans were the species that had evolved to never, ever quit. And Marcus Chen, he was just a soldier from Earth, one of billions. That was what truly scared them.